Ed Malouf is 95 years old. He spends most every day right here in his home office. He remembers what happened 75 years ago as if it were yesterday.
The Germans wiped out our kitchen. We didn't get a hot meal for 19 days later.
He was only 19 when he spent 130 days fighting in the snow on the front lines in the Hurtgen Forest, one of the longest and bloodiest battles of World War II. At one time, 11 enemy soldiers surrendered to him.
They weren't any further from me than you are, about 10, 15 feet.
He made 4.6 cents an hour. Yes, 4.6 cents.
It amounts to less than a nickel an hour to be on the front lines exposed 24 hours a day.
And today, Malouf considers himself one of the lucky ones.
Every one of my squad were shot.
The focus of many articles, awarded many awards, including the Purple Heart. He came home, earned a degree from SMU, and then returned to the Korean War as a special agent in the Air Force. Finally, in 1953, he put the two branches of military service and two wars behind him, began raising 9 children, and never looked back. Until now.
So he didn't apply for benefits until we said, hey, Dad, you deserve this.
Pete Malouf is his son, one of 9 attorneys in their family who've spent the last 19 months trying to get Malouf the financial benefits awarded to all veterans who serve, go to war, and get an honorable discharge, as he did.
I feel sad for veterans who don't have the resources that Dad has and his children, and just would never be able to do what we're doing.
The Maloufs sent this timeline to the I-Team in December. It highlights their efforts for more than a year, passed from one person to another, filling out one form after another, and sent to numerous appointments, nearly impossible for their 95-year-old father, particularly during a pandemic, which the family understands. The pandemic made this process longer, but even a congressman and a colonel who stepped in to help say COVID-19 was no excuse for this long.
Unfortunately, this is not an uncommon situation.
So this is not the first time you've been down this road?
No, it's not.
Congressman Colin Allred says he welcomes calls from veterans because the benefits process is confusing and frustrating, particularly for those who served in earlier wars.
Does the country need to fix this problem?
We do.
He tells us he is now working on legislation that will cut through the red tape and speed it up.
And we're learning all the time of errors and problems that are happening. I think it's now on us to reach out to these veterans. These are not gifts. These are benefits that they've earned in service of our nation.
If you had been in charge of this case, it would have happened sooner.
Oh, yeah. I would say, hey, I need to put a rush on this one.
Col Douglas Nash served 32 years in the Army. He's now an author who has researched Mr. Malouf's service.
To take this long is inexcusable.
He understands the VA's backlog and the pandemic's impact, but
It shouldn't be this hard.
But from inside this bunker, this is one more battle this war hero is fighting. If you know a veteran applying for financial benefits, education, or medical treatment, Colonel Nash says, don't wait until the last minute. Have all of your records together. File them, your discharge certificate, and any awards at your local courthouse. Be persistent. And solicit help. The team effort did finally help Mr. Malouf get about 60% of what he is entitled to. Veterans Affairs tells the I-Team it is still working with the family, but we have learned the agency recently canceled an important appointment. In regards to the process, which impacts all veterans, the VA tells the I-Team this: the pandemic temporarily halted the supply of critical evidence necessary to render decisions, and the agency continues to work on solutions to expedite requests for benefits. The I-Team will continue to follow this case and the Congressman's efforts. I'm Ginger Allen, CBS 11 News.